This is a dish for all seasons where you adapt the vegetables to the season, just like the salad. And the strudel, well, it's here all year round for everyone. This is yet another very simple recipe, which we start preparing by chopping 1 large onion. Use 2 smaller ones if you prefer. Once chopped, transfer it into a deep baking tray. The dimensions here are 33 by 23 centimeters. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Remove excess fat and anything you do not like on them. Use any type of meat you like. Now, I prepare this dish without adding any fat. Do not add any oil here. Use only the fat released by these chicken drumsticks. If making this with white meat, add a little oil, lard, or whatever you use. Score each chicken drumstick like this and place it in the tray. After washing the drumsticks, place them over the onion. Sprinkle dry seasoning over the top. I am doing it this way now, but use 1 full teaspoon. Add a little pepper. Add the spices you like. And now, since I am not adding any fat, just pour in water. Pour in about 2 full glasses of water, 400 milliliters, and put it in the oven. To avoid wasting time while the chicken half bakes, prepare something sweet. You can skip this part. I use my 200-year-old bowl. Do not mind that it is worn out, I adore it. Pour 200 milliliters of milk, add another 200, and bring to a boil on the stove. Here I have 250 grams of real poppy seeds. When I say real, I mean pure poppy seeds, not those mixtures. Add 5-6 tablespoons of sugar. You can do this to taste. And since it is pure poppy seed, add 1 full tablespoon of apricot jam. This is store-bought, incredibly, but we ate it all. Stir this a little and wait for the milk to boil. Keep an eye on it. While I was preparing the chicken and poppy seeds, my mother-in-law ground the walnuts. There are 300 grams of walnuts here, and add 6 tablespoons of sugar. Adjust to taste. Stir a little like this. You can add a tablespoon of jam, but you do not have to. Whatever you prefer. There we go, the milk is boiled. Now pour in about half 200 milliliters. This real poppy seed absorbs much more milk than the store-bought kind. So if you have store-bought, be careful. It needs a little more here. You certainly will not add it to store-bought, as it is already a mixture. To this real poppy seed, to increase the volume, add a tablespoon or 2 of semolina. Especially if the poppy seed is quite strong. That would be it. Leave it to cool. Pour the rest of the milk into the walnuts. They also need less milk than the poppy seeds, because they will release their own fat now. So be careful when adding milk there too. Do not let it seem like you need to add more, even if it is quite thick. And in the end, when the walnuts release their fat, it turns out thin. I put 250 milliliters here, 150 milliliters here, so that is it. Leave the walnuts to cool as well. Next, pour 200 milliliters of milk into the same small pot and heat it on the stove. Into the warm milk that heated up in a minute, since the pot was already hot, add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Add 20 grams of fresh yeast or 5 to 6 grams of dry yeast. And add 1 teaspoon of flour. Measure everything with a large spoon, but half of it. Then mix it all well so there are no lumps. Leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes while I prepare the flour or other ingredients. Check the meat in the oven, or maybe sit down and browse the internet a bit. I hope I do not forget anything. That would be it. Leave it for 10 minutes. Measure out 500 grams of all-purpose flour. Add a little salt. Stir it like this now. Pour 100 milliliters of water. 50 milliliters of oil. And the yeast. Mix everything with a wooden spoon. A wooden spoon. A spoon? Mix with whatever you have. Come on, what now? I rarely do this by hand. I hate it when the dough sticks to my hands because I am just like, bleh. There it is. This dough is almost kneaded. There is no big mystery here. This is another 20 milliliters of oil. Dip your hand, turn it. And now knead it. Knead by turning the whole bowl. And pick up everything from it. By the time you finish this, those chicken drumsticks in the oven bake for 20 minutes. Let it be 25, in case you needed a little more time. I mean beginners. You experienced housewives have already done all this. Now, bake the drumsticks for 30 minutes. You kneaded the dough. And again, you have about 5 to 10 minutes to rest. After 30 minutes, I took out the drumsticks. I took out the entire tray. But now I will take the drumsticks out into another bowl, so I can do the rest without them getting in the way. Leave the onion inside. And now add the vegetables. Here is my new favorite vegetable mix. Yellow carrot, regular bell pepper, broccoli, cauliflower. Everything I love. Spread it around a little like this. I peeled a small zucchini that I will chop inside. The vegetables you add can be whatever you have or like. I've made it in various ways. Now I am making it with these vegetables because this is something new and we love it. I usually mix that mix for Russian salad with the royal mix, but then there were too many carrots. So I switched to cauliflower and broccoli. At our house, everyone eats that and loves it. That is why the dough cannot defeat us. And if you worry about the amount of dough, we usually do not eat it all. Now, add a little salt. A little more. And then add the rice. This is a regular milk mug. I usually do it by eye, but I will measure it now. Well, you could say it is almost enough. Like this, add a little more salt to everything. Add a little pepper. There is already some dry seasoning inside. We must add a little more salt because the rice will absorb it all. Pour in 100 milliliters of water for starters. On top of what was already in the tray. Mix everything and then estimate how much more water is needed. Although we will take this out of the oven once more, and then water can be added. Now add the remaining water. I added those 400 to 500 milliliters of water at the beginning. Baked for half an hour and now added another 200 milliliters. Put the drumsticks back on top, but turn them over like this. I put the last one in and now put everything back in the oven. After half an hour, we have just enough time to take the dough to the work surface. Divide it into 2 parts. Make them roughly equal. Make one into a ball like this and leave it in front of you. Do not knead it too much. You can spread the second part of the dough immediately by hand. Sprinkle with flour. Where did I put the rolling pin? Turn it so it does not stack. And continue rolling it out with the rolling pin. Lift the dough like this and peel it off. And now add the entire filling. And roll it up slowly from the bottom like this. This from the side. From one side and the other. And then all together. Place the tray. We put baking paper in it. Transfer the strudel. Push it a little to this side with your hand. And then put paper between the two strudels so I can separate them easier later. Take the next part of the dough immediately and roll it out too. The most common question regarding strudels is why it cracks. I have no idea. There are those small crumbly strudels. They usually do not crack. But that is not this strudel, although it is also fantastic. And rolling. The tray again. Transfer again and just leave it to sit while the chicken bakes. And now we will take it out of the oven. I took the chicken out of the oven as soon as I finished the strudels. And now I will take it out into the bowl where it was. No need to wash it or do anything. Pour out the excess water. Now take a wooden spoon and mix these vegetables. Everything is almost ready. This carrot is still a bit hard. Let me see, yes. Just a little more for the carrot. Now, since this is the consistency I want to get in the end, and I have to put it back in the oven so the drumsticks bake a little more. I will add water here now. Not much. Stir additionally so it goes everywhere. And now put the drumsticks back, put upside down again so they bake. If you think you did not add enough salt, you can taste it to see if it is salty enough. And add more salt if needed. Or add the spices you like. That would be it. Put everything back in the oven now. Keep the strudels away from the room for the 30 minutes needed for the chicken. I'll move them to a cool place so they don't overrise. And there it is. Lunch is ready. Now cover it nicely with a cloth and leave it to cool down. And in the meantime, take the strudels there to bake. Bake the strudels at 180 degrees Celsius and prepare the salad in the meantime. I wanted lettuce or cabbage, but the store didn't have any. So I will use what I have, 2 tomatoes, 2 cucumbers, and 1 onion. There, the strudel is ready too. Of course it cracked, my God. It has to crack. Take a little oil like this. Brush it on top. Baking time 35 to 40 minutes. It depends on how baked you like it. Cover with a cloth and leave it to cool. The beauty of this dish is in its simplicity and very easy preparation. And in the end, we get a juicy piece of meat with a side dish and salad. And the strudel, it is here to brighten our day, month, life. It is so soft. It is so fine. Just look. Oh my life. Look at the seeds. There it is, falling out. Poppy seed with strudel. Forgive me for making your mouth water. Enjoy your meal.